Hello and welcome. This is another Dicejunkies video. I'm Damian. And today what we're going to do is we're starting a new series called the Average Joe series. And what that is we're going to take the top builds and just have an average character run them. Now, as you can see by my character, I have Paragon of 695. This is my seasonal character. And nowhere near, anything on the leaderboards. I've ran a 76 with this build, and pretty much in every aspect, this is just an average character. This is what most people play with, basically. I have a little over half of ancient gear, I believe. Been farming all season. You can see I don't even have my dexterity gems all the way leveled up yet. Now, my legendary gems are all rank 70, but that was because I had to get them to rank 70 to finish the seasonal journey. One of the things that I did was get them to 70 for that. But in pretty much every aspect, this is just an average Joe character, and what we're going to do is run the top builds. Now, I'm starting with the Demon Hunter because that's what I ran this season. Currently, the top build for the Demon Hunter is the Unhallowed Essence Multishot build. And that's basically what I ran this season. So what I'm going to do is take my version of it and just show you some gameplay. Let me drop some of this stuff off. And we'll be ready to go. The reason that we came up with the idea to do an average Joe is because, a lot of the bigger players, a lot of the more elite players, they'll do build guides and stuff, and they'll simulate 800 Paragon and, lower level gems and stuff like that. Well, this is what you can do as just an average player playing 3 or 4 times a week, 2 or 3 times a week. This is what you'll be able to accomplish. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, I'm just going to run a 74. I've ran a 76, but I cannot push a 77. I tried a couple of different times to push through a 77, and I don't have the gear to push that far just yet. So we're going to do a 74. I will die. I'm not a perfect player, and so, and there's a little bit of lag too on Diablo. I've checked mine a couple of times. It's not me this time. Wow. 2 deaths right out the gate. Now, once she gets going, she's pretty solid. Bosses do give me a little bit of a hard time, and these succubus give me a hard time with those fireballs that follow you. But I've learned what I have to do when I'm doing these runs is I have to clear the trash. If I leave one thing, it can just come up and just one-shot me. I've learned that the hard way over a long period of time. And I just keep my essence up and try to watch out for the lag spikes. And this is basically how I do the run. This is I try to get the density up, and sometimes I'll kite into other things to get it a little bit better, and try to get into my Oculus circles. Like I said, I'm not the greatest player at all. never claim to be. I'm just an average Joe, and that's why we're doing these types of videos now. Because we have heard, from whenever I post videos and stuff, I've actually had people go, "Hey man, I just can't do that," and I wanted to show from their perspective what you can actually do. And this is not meant for the the elite players, because they're already top tier, man. There's some really great players, and this is basically child's play for them. But this is for those that may be having a little bit of problem, or don't think that they might can pull something like this off. Well, you can. It takes work, it takes practice, but you can definitely do it. And I basically just try to keep my thoughts on my health, try to watch all that. I use the abilities like preparation. When I'm way far off, I'll pop preparation to give me more discipline so that I'll do more damage. I'm also running a Zay's Stone of Vengeance, so I do more damage the further I am away. Let's see, we need to go that way. But I've tried to put a lot of it together. Now the legendary gems that I'm using, not everybody uses those. There are some builds that don't use the Bane of the Powerful. That's just the one that I leveled up the highest while I was trying to get the seasonal journey done, and I've just kept it in my jewelry because I don't have anything that's better than that right now. I was running a focus and restraint, but I took that off and traded it in for the endless walks at the Compass Rose and Traveler's Pledge, because I found myself actually standing still more than normal. And if I concentrate and I pay attention to what I'm doing, generally it's not going to be a huge problem. I can get through it rather easily. Now, well, once I get to 77, all that easy goes away, because that's just it's a waste of time for me at the moment. And there we go. I took my time. I tried to guard my resources pretty good. And we've got Arathon, the Poison King, here. And there we go. And that's a GR74 on an average Joe. And that's just that easy. You just try to get the right gear, get your gems up. I've been farming for upgrades all season. And I've gone through a lot of Dex gems. And I'll get these completely leveled up here shortly. And whenever I do try to do a 77, I'm going to swap out the Nemesis bracers for the other ones. I'll show you those in just a moment. Let's just, I'm leveling some other stuff up now for augments, so trying to get those. But yeah, just as an average Joe, I've done fairly well this season. And this kind of just shows you that it can be done by someone who's not in the top of the leaderboards or anything like that, And hopefully it was informative. If you have any questions, I'm always open to answer your questions. If I don't have an answer, I can find it. Let's see. I was looking for those other bracers. Those. Wraps of Clarity. That's the ones that I wear when I'm really trying to push. So, a few gear change outs, maybe get another, instead of the Bane of the Powerful, get something else leveled up that would actually help out, in your push like that. Like maybe an esoteric alteration, something like that. But anyway, that's the build. That's just an average Joe running the top build. We're going to do more. We're going to turn this into a series. I'll probably do some more with the Demon Hunter. Let's see what all we got here. If that was only the other one in Ancient, that would be awesome. Okay. But we're going to do, there is a hybrid build it's been fighting for the number one position. It was number one, and then it got beat out, and then it came back, and then it got beat out. But it's a hybrid. It's the Marauders and Natalias, and it's a Sentry, Rain of Vengeance, Cluster Arrow build. And I will be doing this one. It will not be a 70, though. I haven't been able to push it that high. But we will do this one. Probably next. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Remember, if you have any questions, throw them in the comments. Remember to like, share, subscribe if you haven't. We're always expanding. We're doing more videos. We're trying to get bigger and bigger and bring you better stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed, and definitely stay tuned to our channel. We're going to have a lot going on. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.